Welcome back to Real Life Reviews, and in this video we're going to take a quick look at what we used to crack Ironman UK Bolton 2018. From the very beginning then, the tri-suit we wore was typically for us the Hoob DS long course. We love it, it's got its foibles, but we do love it. And we also wore from the very beginning some compression calf guards. These are the Compress Sport ones. Sadly they're in white, it's the only colour I could get hold of. I would rather not have had them in white, but we wore those as compression calf guards. They all of course went underneath the wetsuit, and the wetsuit we chose to wear was the Roka Maverick X, because we absolutely love it. Expensive, but we love it. Yes, we did wear the Bolton swim hat, we had to, and the goggles were the Zogs Predators, and these are the aphotic ones, although at 6 o'clock in the morning into the sun, or actually probably near 6:30 by the time we were swimming into the sun, I defy any goggle to actually enable you to see those buoys. Sighting was a real issue, but the Zogs Predator, great goggles, don't steam up for me, and a lovely fit. Prior to the swim, just a little bit, we had, I like SIS gels and stuff. Caffeine shot, hadn't been on caffeine for 2 weeks beforehand. A caffeine shot and then just an ordinary SIS gel. Really got the kick in, bit of energy, and that was the swim. Moving into T1, and in fact in terms of both transitions, I had a bottle of electrolyte, SIS electrolyte, quite weak, lots of water in it, so slightly weakly made, but a bottle of electrolyte. I also had some Veloforte bites, cut up bars, a little bit of substance. Literally just a couple of squares to get a bit of solid into me. I'm not a big solid eater when I'm exercising. I find it hard to digest and it sits heavy on me. So a couple of those to sort of force through, and did have a spare energy gel if I felt I needed one before getting onto the bike or onto the run. So that was common for both transitions. For the bike leg, the helmet I chose to wear in the end was the Met wide body, the Met Drone wide body. It is an aero helmet, but the vents here, it was a hot day, the vents on the front are excellent, and I didn't have a problem with overheating. So that was my helmet. My shoes, I stuck to my trusty Shimano TR9s, love those. And my race belt, I use a Spy belt. I do like them. It's a bit thicker and more solid than a lot of belts, but it fits nicely. It's got space for gels ready for the run, and it's got a nice pouch. So that was transition 1, and that was the bike kit. We'll take a quick look at the bike now and just see how that was set up very briefly. So the bike itself, Argon 18's 119, and this is the Tri Plus. Particularly like this bike, partly it's aero, but for me it's quite aggressive, and I have short legs and a long torso, and it's pretty much the only frame geometrically that I can get anywhere near a decent aero position on. So it's the shape of the bike that actually does it for me, although there are a lot of neat things. Those of you that know this bike will appreciate, for example, the rear brakes sit horizontally and are easy accessed. Both brakes can be micro adjust by a little hex key in the side, so really easy for maintenance. What about on this bike? Well, Bolton, pretty hilly course, so down to the group set, we're running here pretty compact. We've got a 50-34 on the front, and we've got 11 to 30 on the back. No prizes for grinding out and not getting it all the way round on this one. So the gears themselves, got the Shimano double shifters on the TT bars, and on the horns got the single shift gears as well. At the front, using Profile Design's hydration system. Little bit disappointed in this, not so much in the system itself, and I like the X-Lab as well, but this came without the back small bento box for nutrition, and that would have been perfect for my salt sticks, my salt tablets. And I can't get hold of the back bit on its own, so slightly disappointed with that. Just moving a little bit to the back a bit, or just behind the bar setup there, the Bento Box. The Bento Box had in that, I had a mixture of shot blocks, separate and loose in. I had Salt sticks, I had 8 of those, and boy did I need them on that course. And I also had, I think, 3 more of the Vela Forte to give me some solid. So really not a lot in there. That was my chewing element, just to give me something solid whilst I was riding. On the rear though, I did have an SIS bottle, and that bottle had 10 of SIS's electrolyte gels in and was topped up with water just to make it a little bit easier to drink. And that was my sort of go-to. Every 30 to 40 minutes I'd have a good swig from that bottle, and that was my sort of energy and extra electrolyte. Behind that bottle is my cookie jar, I think as Argon call it, and that contained 2 spare inner tubes. It contained a multi-tool, a spare set, tie levers, chain link, a couple of zip ties, 3 canisters and a chuck obviously for those. So the basics to get me out of trouble. Luckily I didn't need any of those whatsoever. Transition 2, I forgot to say on transition 1, I actually put my run socks in transition 1 and cycled in them. Just helps with the comfort for the feet. Transition 2, I had the same drink and the same food, and I also had some spare salt sticks to take with me out on the run should I feel that I was going to need them, and in that heat I did need them. The big thing in transition 2 was my running shoes, and I was wearing my Asics Gel Noosa Tri 11, which are still good, particularly on the marathon type course, the flat road. I love the gel bed in them. Really comfortable, and I had no foot issues whatsoever. I just love those running shoes. When it came to the run then, I took 4 SIS caffeine gels out with me and stuffed them in my belt. It made for a fairly slow first 50 meters, and I also had a special needs bag on the run. I didn't use the bike one, but I had another 6 of these in the special needs bag should I need it. I have to say though, the aid stations were fantastic. They were roughly every 1.5 miles, 2k-ish, that sort of distance. Water and flat Coke saw me through. There you have it then, the basic kit for Ironman UK 2018. And just a couple of little extras that are almost become part of my body. The sunglasses, the Sol Invictus from Naked Runner, love them, and they're almost a second skin to me. And talking about second skin, the saddle on the bike, that's a Cobb Joff 55. Absolutely love it, and the most comfortable saddle I've come across. So, if you've liked the video, please give it a like and share. If you haven't yet subscribed, picture down there. Maybe visit the website and look at buying 1 or 2 of the items here, or perhaps go for a video on the Hoop DS long course or even the Roka Maverick X. Many thanks for watching.